Welcome to Live, Life-Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. I remember one day last year when my sister Deb was talking to my mom. Deb said later that Mom told her she missed her memories. Mom is 94 years old and has had dementia for several years, and although she knows all of us, she can't remember much. She can't remember what happens a couple minutes ago, much less 80 years ago. However, it got me to thinking. Maybe it's because lately I really miss my right hand. It's been encased in a lovely cast for over a month, but I can't write. I can't do all the things I normally do. I really miss my right hand. I remember when my grandma Mirwold had one of her legs removed. Although she was in the nursing home, I can only imagine how much she missed her leg. Although after it was removed and my dad buried it in her cemetery plot, she did tell everyone in the nursing home she already had one foot in the grave. So some things are kind of funny. But what do you miss? What memory of something lingers on for you, making you remember the joy, the pain, the loneliness, the fun, or the hardship? What do you miss not being able to do or can have the opportunity to do? We might miss those things, but what do we do with those feelings? How do we sit in the present moment and still make full use of our lives and our other abilities or our new realities? Or how do we go forward from that loss of something or of a meaningful time in our lives? Sometimes it's okay to sit and look at those things that you no longer can do or the great times you had in your life when you were doing or living at the top of your game. It's not wrong to miss things. It's not even wrong to sit sometimes in moments of almost a melancholy and reflect on those things that were important that you no longer have or can experience, and you just miss it. Think about them. List them. Go back in and experience them in your mind again and again if you need to. And then when that time of reflection is satiated, do as my sister Frida says, put those raw feelings in a bubble and blow it away. And I might add, and be grateful for what it was. Like my dad always said, everything that happens to you gets you ready for the next thing. Ponder this. How has my life benefited from those experiences? How have I used those experiences to help benefit the lives of others? When we lived in Forest City, we had a neighbor across the street named Agnes Burhow. She was about 60 years older than me. I would go over and visit her, and she would tell me so many stories of her past with so much detail. One day I said, "Agnes, how do you remember everything?" She said, "Oh, you just sit here all day and it comes back to you." Memories fascinate me. Why do we have them? Why do we remember the lived experiences and all the details? Why do we remember things in different ways from others around us who experienced the same thing? What I'm coming to believe is that memories are gifts for many reasons. They remind us of that we are loved and who we love. They can bring us such joy. Even though we can't be all the things we once were or continue living in those particularly meaningful times, we can remember them and experience the deep joy that we had during those times. That's why it's important to keep a log of them so that we can revisit them and experience the fulfillment again and again. Some memories that we have bring us great pain. Pain from mistakes we made or lessons we learned the hard way. Some memories that involve trauma can trigger a reality of that experience over and over. Those memories might need assistance of professionals to revisit them to bring healing. If you have those kind, I hope you reach out and find someone to help put a healing balm on your pain. Yes, I miss my right hand. But for me, I can't lament the experience. Sure, it would be great if I hadn't broken my wrist, but lamenting something doesn't really get you anywhere. It doesn't bring you someplace. What does bring you places is what you do with the experience. I've learned a lot. I've learned how to write with my left hand. I've learned how to do almost everything I need to do with only one arm. But mostly, I believe I've learned to appreciate what it is to have two working limbs. I've learned I can make it work. Maybe that's the part of the lesson, making it work. We live forward. It's called resiliency. The lesson truly is being grateful in all things. And this week, tape a piece of paper on your bathroom mirror and every day write 3 things on it that you are grateful that you can do. Join me next Monday for Live, Life-Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.